Hey guys, it's Kathleen and I am finally back hitting up some yard sales. I am trying to beat the rain. We have got some torrential stuff heading our way, but I'm hoping that I have a couple of hours before it hits. So anyway, none of the yard sales looked like fabulous from the pictures, but that can't always tell you how it is. So we're gonna hit them up anyway and see what we can find. Hopefully we find some treasures. Let's go. Good, how are you today?
Good.
That's good. The weather looks like it's...
Everything in here too, other than what's behind pink tape.
Oh, okay. Terrific. Would you do less on the dog crate by any chance? Would you do like 20 on the dog crate?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna take that. We can use that. Morning. So this set of cookware is in really good condition. It is the Wolfgang Puck Bistro series, and there were a couple of other little skillets. But when I looked up the comps, they each seemed to sell for less than 20 bucks, and I've already got a ton of pots still to list. So I figured I don't need to bring those home with me. I have made a mental note to myself to scale back on how much flatware I have been bringing home. However, after rifling through this little pile, I found several pieces of Reed and Barton, and since the entire tray was only $3, that was a definite yes for me. Reed and Barton. So this bowl was interesting to me because it looked to be Polish pottery. However, it wasn't stamped Polish pottery, although it was a signed piece. She was asking $5 for this piece. I initially added it to my pile, but then I ended up putting it back because there were just too many uncertainties. And too often I'm bringing all these breakables home with me, and then I end up just donating them anyway because I don't feel like dealing with shipping something so fragile that is not going to bring me a decent return rate. So this yard sale moved inside because of the forecasted rain, which was super convenient.
So everything in that room, there's some clothes in here, and then back and around.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then the garage and the driveway, there's some items on there.
Gotcha.
What? Put that back on there. You know how to put it back on there?
Sorry. You're fine. Are you messing? Hey, why don't you
just
start
have to
messing
screw
with
it on
the
there.
things for sale?
Hold on. Boy. Where are you going, my glasses? I don't even need to see how to walk with the nose. Bring me my glasses back. Bring me my glasses back. I can't see.
Oh, you know what? I think you. Hey, Crawford.
Oh.
The mom. I told him he could take some of these ones off.
Well, get it out. Where did you put the,
She had a bunch of little boys' clothes from the Beaufort Bonnet Company, which I had never heard of before, but it felt like really quality clothing. And so I looked up the comps really fast, and this style of this brand of clothing can do really, really well. Now, she had them all priced a little high, but she went ahead and made me a bundle deal, so I scooped up several of the pieces that you see here on the bed. 40. 50. This is a cross that a school I used to work at, they made them for a silent auction at the school, and I actually bought one for one of my kids' classes. So it was weird to find it so many years later. Like I said, I have one hanging in my kitchen. I'll flash a picture up here. So I didn't pick this one up because none of my kids signed it, but it was just funny and nostalgic to find it here. This sweet little dessert plate immediately drew my attention, and then I saw it was Limoges, made in France. It wasn't priced, and they were making good bundle deals, and for all those reasons, I threw it in my bag. Now, it turns out it's really not got much value, but it was super pretty, and I am not sorry that I took it home with me.
Nice bag.
Thank you. Yeah, you go home.
I'm not saying anything. What you talking about?
Sounds like you're saying something.
No. That's cute. I found this little.
Were you wondering where we were?
So, of course, I was drawn to the box of bras. Now, a lot of these were really beat up, even though they were larger size bras, which is what I like to sell. But I was able to find two, one of which was new without tags and one which was new with tags. So there were 3 huge racks of clothes at this sale, and I went through them all, and I found nothing. It was all a lot of Walmart brands, which really surprised me because other things in the house were really high end, but I just kept on going through just in case there was a gem, and lo and behold, here's the gem. St. John Couture. Yes, please. Oh my gosh, yes ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so I was immediately intrigued by this little set. New and in the box, it is an eye cream. And when I looked up the comps, they were super good. However, I am sad to report that when I got it home, I had doubts as to whether it was in fact new and in the box, and so I didn't want to chance it. And I got rid of it. I thought I was going to be able to sell the smaller of the 2 bottles, but because the other one was used and put back in, I just didn't want to roll the dice, and so I ended up just throwing them away. Hey guys, welcome back for the haul. So not a bad foray after a 5-week hiatus. Definitely not one of those weeks where you hit a sale and you're just like buying all the things. Definitely had to work for it to pick a few things up, but I think I did okay. I spent only $70, which is not terrible. And I think I did get a few good things. So I started out going to 2 yard sales. I also went to about 3 drive-by yard sales, and they were terrible. So I'm not even going to show you any footage from them. I didn't pick up a thing. And then I ended up going to an estate sale, and I picked up the most stuff at the estate sale, but it's kind of a toss-up between that and the indoor yard sale. So anyway, let me just jump right into the haul. The first yard sale that I went to, I picked up a dog crate for me. That's not included in the $70 total. But I did pick up a bowl that was signed by the artist, and also a tray of flatware. The only reason I grabbed the flatware was because it was Reed & Barton for only $3. So that to me was just a no-brainer. I have already sorted through it, pulled out all of the Reed & Barton, and donated the rest of it. So for a $3 purchase, I was able to get not quite a complete set of Reed & Barton, but I did get at least 4 of each piece, 6 of the knives. And because I mostly lot up forks, spoons, things like that, and then part them out individually, I think I'm going to do okay, especially for a $3 investment. So is this 3? Oh, I lost one down here. Oh, maybe I only have 3 teaspoons. Do I? Let's see. Oh, the kicker was there were 4 of these iced teaspoons in there. Yeah, these things are all, I do have 4 of these. The other one is hiding down here. But they were all in really good shape. It is the rose something. I'll flash it up there because I can't remember exactly what the name of it is, but it's got rose in it, and you can see the rose on the top there. And if you're ever trying to determine what the name of a pattern is, go to Replacements. Replacements has all of them grouped together in one place. I used to try to do it on Pinterest, and I would just pull up those charts and then zoom in, and that's like impossible to match up. But I have had a lot of luck with Replacements being able to identify patterns, even patterns from like the 60s. So definitely hit them up first when you are trying to find the pattern. And so if I part all of these things out, I will make an easy $80. And honestly, it's probably going to be a little bit higher. So that was definitely a no-brainer. And today I'm cleaning them up. They don't really need a lot of work. This set is in very good condition, but it is my Sunday goal today to get them all cleaned up and listed, because that's the problem. I leave flatware sitting around. Exhibit A. Remember these? These are still not cleaned and listed. Mostly because I'm not very excited about them, because the return is not going to be as great. So that's why I made certain that I'm going to get these puppies listed. Again with flatware, flatware is going to sit around. It is almost never going to be a quick flip, but I keep it all in the same place. It's very easy to photograph, list, store, all the things. Now, what is not easy is to find the said flatware when you have a million Oneidas and Reed and Bartons all together. Now, I bag them up, but I never remember what pattern. So what I've started doing is putting a sticker on the bag to identify the pattern so that I can make it a little bit easier when it comes to digging it out of the old inventory. All right, I picked up this plate. It was probably $1. It is Limoges. And apparently Limoges plates like this don't do that great, or at least this Rochard version. I mean, this is probably only going to sell for about 10 plus shipping, but I only paid $1, so I wanted to give it a try. You know, I love my big bras, and she had a few big bras. Most of them were used, but I did find 2 that were new. This one is new without the tags, but it's clearly brand new. There's not an inkling of wear on it. There is no way this has ever been worn. This is a 40C or 40D? 40C. Probably go about $12. And then this one, I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to go around $10 or $12. This is a 38D with this nice floral pattern. And this is a Lucky brand wired bra. So we shall see. But these were probably only $1 each. All right. One of the things that I love to find is Crane's paper when it is sealed. I've found it a handful of times. More than once I've kept it for myself because it's really good paper. This is not coming off too easily. I'll get that later. But this is a vintage box, still new and sealed. It has got 40 sheets of paper, 20 envelopes. This is probably going to sell somewhere around $35 to $40, and I paid $1 for it because it was half price day at the estate sale. So don't just turn around when you see stationery. Most of it is going to be crap, but if you find Crane's, that's what it looks like. Crane's is a really high-end brand, and it is definitely worth picking up. All right. I grabbed this just because I loved it. It is Ravensburger, but how cool is that? I'm thinking it was bought overseas. It is something to do with math. I don't understand the German, but it is in fabulous condition. It has the instruction booklet, everything. It is from 1979, so very vintagey. Probably only going to go around 20 bucks, but I like picking up stuff like this. This was a fun pickup for me. All right. I grabbed so many pantyhose. My friends are going to be so excited, except I think she was little bitty, this lady, so I don't think any of them are big sizes, but just really nice. Look at this nice package of Victoria's Secret, still sealed and everything. And they are all like control top pantyhose, and pantyhose do well for me. That's just something that I am almost always going to pick up. Typically, I don't pick up the smaller sizes because the bigger sizes just sell a lot better for me. The reason I did, or 2 reasons I did, is because these were all control top, and control top moves better for me. But also because it was the last day of this estate sale and none of these things were priced. I knew they were going to be dirt cheap, and they were. All right. This was a foul. This was in a Mary Kay box, and so I thought it was a new Mary Kay lipstick. It is not. It is a used Nicole Miller. Ew, going in the trash. I grabbed these 2. I have no idea what to expect. I got them because they were all matchy-matchy. And they are brand new in the package, Martha Stewart. So some of Martha Stewart's panels, like these are valances. Yeah, floral ribbon valance. But look at the detail on them. Super, super pretty, and still sealed in the package. I'm estimating the 2 of these are going to go for maybe $15 for the pair. Hopefully. All right, this, the jury is still out on. If this had been brand spanking new, which I thought it was when I picked it up, it would have gone for about $80. However, when I pull this out, I cannot tell if there's anything in it. And if I can't tell that it hasn't been used, I'm not going to list it. And see, it's got like smudges on it, which tell me that it may have been used. However, its little partner here has not been used. It is brand spanking new. So I think, in fact, I know I'm not going to sell them in the box. I'm just going to sell this one separately by itself. So I'm hoping to get around $30 for it. She didn't charge me a lot for it. Okay, I was going through this lady's closet and she had so many cheap clothes, like just stuff I don't like to sell. Yes, there were a few Talbots mixed in, but none with the tags still on. And I just always keep digging because she was in a high-end neighborhood, high-end house. And I'm like, surely she's got a piece of St. John in here somewhere. Ta-da! Sometimes the digging pays off. I found a pair of St. John Couture. I don't know what to expect because I can't find anything on this. And I'm thinking it's like a wraparound tank, but honestly, I have to play around with it because I wasn't finding any loopholes or anything for this. So I don't really know how it works or how it goes together, but I think it's a tank. I don't think it's a vest. I'm cautiously optimistic I'm going to get about $30 for this. I grabbed this belt, and as soon as I picked it up, I could tell it was real leather, and sure enough, it is stamped genuine leather. It is almost impossible to read that. I don't even know how much you can see. I mean, to me, it just looks like gobbledygook. But I do see made in Italy, size 40, men's genuine leather. What I can't make out is this stamp right there to see brand, because it would be very helpful if this is branded. Worst case scenario, I still think I'm going to get an easy $20 for this belt. All right, I threw this in there just because it was new, sealed in the package, easy to ship, all those things. It should go for around $8 to $10. And then the last couple, oh no, I take that back. I did pick up a You Are Here mug. These move for me. I've already sold the Alabama one once before. Probably only going to get about $12 for it, but I think I paid 50 cents for this mug. So I like to pick these up because they really do move. They're not the kind of mugs that are going to sit around typically for a long period of time. All right, and then the last batch of stuff. Oh no. No. I did pick up 3 of these Time-Wise. They are replenishing serum C for eyes. These were all new, but they are the smaller size. So these are 0.25. So I think I'm going to lot these up together for 12 plus shipping. Finally, the last group of stuff was my favorite pickup for today. I loved finding these little boy clothes. These are, can't remember what it's called, the Beaufort Bonnet Company. Look at these cute things. Now my daughter is having a boy, so the ones that do not have tags on them, this one and this one, are for her. And that's what the other tag looks like. How cute are these little short talls? Even pre-owned, these things can still go for like $20. Now these are all brand new with the tags. How adorable, this little gingham shortall. You could even put a girl in this with a Peter Pan collar. She charged me for 6 pieces, $40. I thought that was a great deal because several of them were listed for 10 a piece or 15 a piece. So this one's going to be listed. These cute little shorts. Look at that. How adorable with the embroidered pelican. I mean, so stinking cute. These have the tag on them as well. These retailed for $66. These are like long alls, I think they're called, which would make sense since the others are called short alls, or John Johns. I've seen them both. With this nice little, like, is that plaid or gingham? I don't know. And then the last one is my favorite for Christmas. This one is called a John John in this like plaid or twill. I mean, how cute for Christmas with little red socks and Oxfords. Oh my gosh. This one originally retailed for $58. So I am estimating that I should get at least 30 for each of those four. So $1.20. And I honestly, I may list a few of them higher. I believe I'm going to list the Christmassy one a little bit higher than that and just see what I can get. So I've never heard of that company before. I have two boys. I don't remember shopping that. And I was a Larry Label when my kids were little. I liked to have them in all the, you know, trendy label type stuff. But I'm not familiar with that at all. All right, guys, that's everything for this Thrift With Me video. As always, hit subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.